Yo, what's happening all? Check out the background we got going on here. This is Lake Powell this last week. I was invited to go out on a trip there. It was a really, really cool trip, actually. The individuals who invited me out had me picked up on their private jet, taken out to their ridiculous boat. Um, and we cruised off to this particular cove. This is what I woke up to one morning. And if you have ever woke up on the water, when the sunrise hits, man, you can't, and it's like daylight everywhere, right? Coming off the water, coming from the sky. Well, because of all the fire out there, look what I was able to get, which is really awesome. To me, it was really, really cool. Now, is it awesome to have fires going on like that? Not so much, but to be able to wake up to that and take a picture of the sun like that was really, really, really awesome. I actually got another one I'll be able to show from Las Vegas here later on this week. But really cool experience out there with some really heavy duty people. That I was invited to be around some extreme business leaders in multiple industries and be able to spend some time with them and really dig deep into what's going on in people's heads as we're goofing off, right? Which is kind of what I'm doing with the Quit Jerking Off initiative, recreation with intention to really get to know people on a different level, which I had the opportunity out there with these guys. Then also, with that, I was able to have a conversation with two guys that own the largest AMC, excuse me, the second largest AMC in the United States, appraisal management company. When you're talking about appraisals, we don't get to talk to the appraiser directly. We've talked about that before, but there may be new people on here that I need to share this with. Well, I got to speak to them about what they're experiencing in the market out there. And kind of start that off, we had a client who expressed in email and verbal form how disappointed they were in us and the performance that we were putting together. And I had to call and really get an idea of what we were experiencing and what they were experiencing, and come to a point of really, apologizing that what it really boils down to is we failed to detail what's going on out there. We failed to explain what's happening out there and what's going on in the market. And so after that conversation, we were able to go into great detail about their scenario. And what it really boiled down to is the expectation of the time frame from the time that we said order the appraisal to the time we were supposed to close. We blew past the closing date by several days because it took us that long to get the appraisal. It was over 3 weeks after the appraiser even went into the property. It was crazy, and we kept trying to find somebody else who would take it, and we just couldn't. So they came back to us and said, after that detailed conversation, then there was expressed great gratitude for what happened there, because when we look at the actual transaction itself, we were waiting a good chunk of the time. So right now we are stuck, guys. There's just nothing we can do about the appraisal thing. I've got other appraisal management companies we're talking with, everything we can do. And right now I am getting just peppered with email and mail and texts and calls about controlling our appraisers, and we're doing the best we can without stepping on the legal blocks here that don't allow us to do that. So it's kind of cool to speak with these guys who own the second largest appraisal management company in the United States. They're saying they're seeing averaging at least 3 weeks on everything. So we're seeing a decline in how many appraisers are out there because of how difficult it is to become an appraiser. We're seeing an extreme increase in the amount of appraisals being ordered. And guys, they're not moving the ball any faster than they possibly can. They're going to make hay while the sun's shining, but in reality, the sun's blocked a bit too. So when you think about what's going on in the market, there's a haze that they're able to just try and get what they can, but they're not able to move to the speed of our demand. So we've got to change our demand. Absolutely need to change our demand. I was talking with somebody yesterday. I got somehow roped into a deal in a whole different state I'm not even doing business in. I'm not even involved in the deal, but somehow they found me online and decided they're going to put me in on this, and the realtor is all over me wanting to find out what's happening. I'm like, I don't know. And then he starts to explain to me how this is obscene, how long it's taking. I'm thinking it's like 2 months, and I'm about ready to go find this other loan originator and go pound him, and come to find out, they've had it 10 business days. 10 business days in the deals and underwriting. We're just waiting on the appraisal. And they're saying that this is unacceptable, just blowing up everybody about how unacceptable this is. 10 business days, guys. They signed the contract on, looks like the 1st of this month. And then they gave them so they find on the 1st of September, then they gave the contract to the loan originator on the 5th. 5 days went by before the loan originator got it. And then on Friday, this last week, They're blowing him up and me up. I mean, they were literally calling me while I was in Atlanta. They were, calling me on, I was in Atlanta this last week. They're calling me there on the 18th, wanting to know what was taking so long, and saying how egregious this was. And I was thinking it was something else. And when I jumped in the middle just to find out so I can at least keep the Security National name as clean as possible, turns out 10 business days. We've got to have better expectations. And if you're a realtor out there negotiating in this particular environment, take that and keep that in mind. The ability to punch things through in 15 days is not normal right now. I mean, if it was superhuman before, now it's damn near impossible. So for people to believe that they can push to that extent and then just completely bitch until they get it done and think that that's how business gets done, doesn't work that way, guys. All you're doing is making people hate you. Work together. Find the best way to negotiate these deals within the market conditions that we're experiencing. Raising hell is not a way to get deals done. And I appreciate everybody I'm working with because that's not how they work. The people I do business with, we've developed a great relationship over time where they understand what's happening. We adapt as we need to. I realize that there's financial constraints. I realize that everybody needs to get things done. I realize that sellers need to move. But we also need to understand what we're dealing with here as a global marketplace. We are individuals within a large global marketplace. We understand how global events is affecting that one transaction. They're affecting them big. Get people you trust, get people that work hard, get people that are going to ensure the best capability they've got for you, and then back them up and work with them, communicate with them. Don't hold it for 5 days and bitch why it takes 10 to get to an extent that's usually taking 15 to 20 days anyway. So I appreciate the trust. I appreciate the you guys working with us continuously. Just to kind of share with you where we're at in our quest here. I'm going to be actually, I failed to make some phone calls. I need to be doing this, following up with those where we're closing, but we're making some headway here with what we're sharing, what we're growing. $2,360 raised. That's not including what we put in over from the branch here at Security National. It's not including what's going to be put in when we close out all our transactions this month, because at the end of the month when we send our $50 per transaction. So sincerely appreciate you guys participating in this, being involved in our cause. $50 per deal. That's all we're looking for. The Quit Jerking Off Initiative is launched. You go back out there. We got 2 episodes out there, 2 different interviews out there. Go find that. Actually go back to the original email. You can click on that and you can go watch those. 2 guys that are awesome. Timmy Brown. Great information from that guy, man. It's like being a kid again around him. Keith Goyen, that guy is one of the greatest guys I've ever known, the most giving people I've ever been around, and I've got a great relationship. Go hunting with him all the time. So thank you guys as always, and we'll keep things coming. Talk to you soon.